RFL Season 13 Round 7 here at Monza. It is 5 of those red lights and it is lights out and away we go. Who's going to get a good start off the line here? It looks like Finn's had a decent start, but it is going to be close into turn 1. Who is going to be latest on the brakes? And everyone looking to be behaving very well. No contact at all there. So a pretty clean start. But Tarrier is right on the tail of Finn's here. The Finn's goes defensive into the chicane. And Finn's defense lead gets a bit snappy on the exit though, as we can see there. And a bit further back because Les go under pressure from Verklempt, who makes the position into the first of the two Lesmo corners. Tom is all over that Aston Martin of inside, but also LTK Tarrier on the tail of Finn's here. As we go into lap 2, it's going to be side by side for the lead here as we head down the main straight. Side by side for the lead. LTK Tarrier takes the position extreme inside under some pressure from Tom Gorian as well, but clean. Oh no, Tom's lost a bit of his front wing end plate there, so not quite a clean start from the Mercedes. Finn's stays behind in P2 for now here as Angelo in the Ferrari gets himself ahead of Vibes in the Alpine car. As we look back towards the front end of this group, DRS open from Finn's, and he's going to appear side by side through the bridge, and Finn's retakes that lead back from Tarrier. As in the background we can see Vapid having a look on UCR Senna. Vapid up to P9 there in the Mercedes car. However though, Finn's is going to be under pressure because he's not going to have the DRS on this occasion. LTK Tarrier, as we can see, puts that rear wing wide open and he's going to retake the lead once again. Tom and Verklempt are side by side as well, a bit further back. Tom having to go defensive there. Ooh, very close. A tiny bit of contact, but nothing too major there. Obviously, Tom with that end plate damage we can see, and that is not going to help him at all in the corners. Oh, and it is LTK Tarrier letting Finn's go by. Very, very interesting there. The tactics are now coming into play. LTK Tarrier wants that DRS down the main straight. Very, very interesting to see the tactics going on. The mind games are coming into play here. So now as we go into lap 4, is going to be Finn's without the DRS once again. LTK Tarrier opens that rear wing up and he goes back through into the lead once again. As far Finn's is going to get the DRS once again as we head down and under the bridge. Is LTK Tarrier letting Finn's through again? He's doing it again. Finn's takes the lead into the Ascari chicane. LTK Tarrier with the DRS down the main straight. It looks like Verklempt's going to be under a bit of pressure a little bit further behind, but the lead is going to change once again. You can see it going on there in the background. Tarrier takes the lead, but Tom Gorian up to P4 because Lesko takes P5 as well. Oh, is that Tom going a little bit deep into the chicane there? It could potentially allow because Lesko's side by side. He's having a look around the curve of Grande. Is it going to be enough though? Who is going to be bravest into the second chicane? But Tom has just about been able to defend. And this trio very close. Oh, a big slide from Verklempt. Angelo also into this group as well. Tarrier, as we can just about see there. But this, oh, that is crowded out. Tom had nowhere really to go. As Kozles, oh, what was that? Tom, bit of a mistake. We saw a little bit there. That has allowed Verklempt up to P5. Tarrier letting Finn's through once again this lap. And he's going to get himself DRS again. And is it going to be a move once again? It's going to be a bit more equal, but Finn's brakes early. Allows Tarrier through as Tom Gorian is also side by side with Verklempt into turn 1. Who's going to come out on top? Oh, there's not much space for the Mercedes driver to get through. And any action into the chicane? Not quite. For Angelo, he's not quite able to get himself... Oh, verklempt. That is not the right part of the track to be on. He's lost the car and he's down to P9. Unfortunate stuff there from the Alpine. But LTK lets Fins through once again. Down the back straight as Angelo goes side by side and gets ahead of Tom Gorian now as we head into the Ascani chicane. Is Tarrier close enough to make a pass this time? Oh, he doesn't make the move. Oh, Tarrier! Oh, I thought he was going to go for a spin there, but he's kept it together. As verklempt overtakes Vapid 74 into turn 1. And that's the Alpine driver. Has he made the move stick? Or will Vapid come back at him? He's made the move stick as Vibes goes through on Tom Gorian down the back straight. And that is Tom down to P7 now. Tom just waiting it out for the pit window. Tom Gorian all over the back now, and he is going to get DRS as well. Side by side down the pit straight is also side by side further back as well. Vapid up to P8 as well. It is the Mercedes drivers both overtaking the other Alpine drivers. Lap number 8, and it is Fins who leads the way, but Tarrier's made a mistake somewhere. Tarrier has made a mistake because he's now pretty much 2 seconds off the lead. Tarrier has lost that DRS, so that's going to be really important in the context of this race. That was very wide through the Lesmo corner from Tom. That is going to allow Vibes to use the aid of DRS and get his Alpine back through, as verklempt does the same on Vapid. But Angelo, he's on the back of Kozlezko. That is not the first and probably won't be the last time we'll be saying that this season. And it's DRS open for the Ferrari man. Side by side they go. And it is Angelo making steady progress, and up to P4 now goes the Italian. Tom Gorian right on the tail here as we go on board. Oh, he is definitely losing a bit of time in that particular situation. Tom would have wanted to be going faster through the second Lesmo there, but Tom gets himself back up to P6 for the moment through this Sky chicane. Does he just about stay on the track there? It was very close. That is for sure forever though. Two Alpines are side by side. And are they going to make a switch? Yes, they are. Verklempt now gets himself ahead of his teammate. And into the Parabolica we go. Is that... Yes, it is Tom going into the pits. And the first driver to pit in this Grand Prix. It is to be expected with obviously that damage as we can see on the front wing, and it is going to be a change to that front wing and on to the hard compound tyre. It is going to be DRS for Angelo, and is it going to be close enough to make a move this time around? DRS wide open as verklempt pits for Alpine, but it is going to be side by side into turn 1. We can see in the background as well things occurring, but it is side by side. Angelo, can he make the move stick around the outside? Has he completed the move? Yes, he has indeed, and will now Kozlezko want to get in the action? He sure will. Side by side now, and Kozlezko, can he get himself up to P4? And he can indeed. Extreme side losing 2 positions, and now down into P5 there. Fins will come out of the pits, but it is side by side between Vibes and Vapid into the first chicane, and it is Vibes who is out up into what is now P5, but of course he does have that 3-second penalty that he picked up on the last lap there. So Fins finds himself down in P7 after that pit stop, but he's got 7 seconds worth of clear air as we go into the main straight here, and Angelo into the pits now from what was second position, but these two side by side, and I think that was Vapid going into the pits in the background. Yes, it was. as X13's side takes second position here in the Italian Grand Prix. Angelo onto the hard tyres, Vapid also onto the hard tyres with UCR Senna coming into the pits too, and I assume that he will also be going onto the hard tyres. Let's have a look. Yep, hard tyres for the Scotsman. Tom goes up to P9 and his Vapids come out right beside his teammate. Side by side, into the first chicane. The two teammates side by side with each other. They won't really be wanting to to hold each other up. Side by side they still go into the Curva Grande. Tom ahead of Vapid at this moment in time. On to the guys in second and third because they both head into the pit lane. As Finns will go through and up to P2, the Red Bull driver, and it's hards for X13's side and for Kozlezko. Vibes doing the same as well for Alpine. Angelo comes out ahead. Meanwhile, and Verklempt has made the jump on X13's side and on Kozlezko. So the undercut working very well for Verklempt. He has got himself up to P4. So I would say some pretty good strategy work from the Alpine driver. He goes up to P4 inside, weaving there. LT Tarrier, is he going to pit this lap? He sure is. And into the pits from the lead. This, I'm pretty sure, will give Finns the lead as UCR Senna becomes the second driver to get a penalty as Tom Gorian has made a move on Vibes. Whilst we were watching Tarrier pitting, Tom up to P7. X13 side will be looking on the tail of the Alpine of Verklempt, though side by side for P4 now, and the Aston Martin takes P4 into turn 1. Vibes retakes P7 from Tom Gorian as we head on to the main straight once again. Here it is going to be side by side for P4. XRT inside and Verklempt swapping positions once again. Kozlezko's going to try and get in on the action as well. The McLaren driver, can he make the move stick here? XRT inside does a good job to defend though. And meanwhile, Tom Gorian has also retaken P7 from Vibes whilst all that was going on. As Vibes gets ahead of Tom Gorian once again, and it's a 3-second penalty for Angelo. Not ideal there. Tom Gorian all over the back of Vibes once again. It's not going to be enough into the Parabolica, but it looks for sure like he is lining up a move into turn 1. Is there going to be any action in the battle for P4 though? We'll have a look. No, there isn't, so we'll go back to the battle for P7. Tom Gorian takes the position once again. And can Tom pull away? Vapid has lost 2.5 seconds to the guys ahead. No front wing damage evident. XRT inside though, all over the tail of Verklempt, who is just about 3 seconds back from Angelo. So the Fireman will hope that gap continues to grow because of his penalty, but it is side by side once again, and simultaneously is an overtake for P4 and for P7. Inside overtakes Verklempt, and Vibes once again overtakes Tom Gorian. Verklempt all over the back here of inside, having just been overtaken by the Aston Martin driver, but the Alpine driver of Verklempt wants to retake that position. Kozlezko's going to get himself in action as well, is he? Kozlezko also overtakes inside there. Tom Gorian overtakes Vibes once again. These two switching positions what seems like every lap here. Kozlezko seems to be under pressure from X-Chain's side. The three of them converging on each other, it looks like. Is there going to be any action into the first corner though? Not quite. They just converge on each other. But Vibes and Tom Gorian once again switch positions. You never know when something unexpected might happen. as it is now side by side for P4 once again. Kozlowski this time making the move for McLaren. Things might be getting close once again down this pit straight. It is going to be DRS for Verklempt and for X13 inside, and it's going to be 3 wide here down the pit straight. Kozlowski gets overtaken by the two of them, and inside up to 4th. Very nice manoeuvre there. Kozlowski losing 2 positions. Tom Gordon is the latest driver to pick up a 3-second time penalty. Rapid has closed back a little bit on his teammate now. The gap's only just over a second now. Into the pits goes Finns. Finns into the pit lane for a second stop in this race. And this looks like it's strategic. Onto the softs goes Finns. He's going to lose the lead to LTK Tarrier. But interesting that Finns has gone for the 2-stop. He loses P2 to Angelo as well. Is Finns going to lose P3? He is indeed. The 3 of these drivers take the position from Finns. And Finns slots in P6. Finns closing up here. And it is Finns trying to get himself side by side with Kozlowski into the braking zone to the parabol cut, and Finns gets up to P5 now. So he has made one overtaking manoeuvre. But now Finns will have DRS as well as Verklempt. But will there be action here into turn 1? Verklempt's trying to break the toe, but side by side goes Finns as Tom Gordon. We can see overtaking vibes in the background. As Finns up to P4 now. And it's XRT inside the Aston Martin. As Tom Gordon, another 3-second penalty. So not looking great on the penalties side of things for Tom Gordon. As he also loses P7 to vibes on the track as well. Finns looking eager to get past the Aston Martin of XRT inside. DRS is wide open, as we can see. Is it going to be P3 for Finns? It is indeed. Finns up to 3rd now. As UCR Senna, the latest driver to get a 3-second time penalty. We can see Angelo P2. He's got 3.5 seconds at the moment to Finns. What is that, about 8 seconds between Tarrier in 1st and Finns in 3rd, as Finns sets the fastest lap. But we can see there Kozlowski and Verklempt side by side. As Kozlowski takes P5 there. And is Tom going to take P7 back? He is indeed, as these two switch positions once again. Oh, but vibes coming back at Tom on the exit of the chicane. Tom Gordon with the inside line through Curva Grande. But is it going to be enough? Can Tom defend? He can. He might have to go a little bit defensive into the next chicane, but Tom keeps the position on track, at least for now, because the gap between Angelo and Finns is now, well, it's now under 2 seconds. Oh, yellow flag! Who has its XRT inside? He has made a big mistake there, and now he's lost touch completely with the group there. Apologies, we missed that, but we can't be looking at everything at once. Tom Gordon gets ahead of vibes once again. Verklempt though has got DRS on Kozlowski. As we can see, it's side by side. It's going to be, is it going to be 3 wide here? It almost is. They get very close contact between Vapid and Vibes. But Vapid gets himself ahead. But now that gap between Finns and Kozlowski is 4.5 seconds. More than that now. So that is good news for Angelo. But Verklempt overtaking, more simultaneous overtakes, because Tom has lost 2 positions to his teammate Vapid and to Vibes as well. Finns is going to have DRS on Angelo now. 3 laps to go. And these two 5 seconds back from the lead. But Finns going up the inside of Angelo. And we can see also in the background as well, Kozlowski makes a move on Verklempt as well. Finns up to P2 now. And can he catch 5 seconds in 3 laps? He has to catch and pass as Vapid and Vibes are side by side once again into turn 1. 2 laps to go. And LTK Tarrier has got a 4.2 second advantage onto S13 as Tom gets another penalty there. Verklempt overtakes Kozlezko once again. We can also see in the background what is happening. It's a lot of trying to break the toe. Is Vibes going to make a move on Vapid? He's going to go for it into turn 1. Is it going to be enough though? Can Vapid defend? He can indeed. Vapid defends P7, and he also knows that Vibes has a 3-second penalty on his head as Verklempt under pressure from Kozlezko once again. Kozlezko closes the DRS, so doesn't want to be ahead. Heading into the final lap, which LTK Tarrier is about to start. Tarrier has got a 3.6 second lead heading on to this final lap. Finns headed onto the softs with about 7 or so laps to go, and he's not been able to catch back up. Meanwhile though, Kozlezko will have DRS on Verklempt, and I think these two are going to be side by side into turn 1. Are they? No, they are not. Kozlezko decides to wait for the next DRS zone. That's Vibes and Vapid side by side once again. Oh, can the switchback be made from Vapid? Yes, it can. That was very nice indeed from the Mercedes driver to hold the P7. I think Vapid knew what he was doing there, but Verklempt has picked up a 3-second penalty. That will be a good sight in terms of Kozlezko's eyes, because Kozlezko has pretty much now confirmed P4, but can the McLaren driver get it on track is the question. Side by side they go into the Sky chicane, and Kozlezko does indeed take P4. However though, LTK Tarrier rounds the Parabolica. He won this Grand Prix in Season 12, and he's going to win it again here in RFL in Season 13. LTK Tarrier wins the Italian Grand Prix. Finns crosses line P2 after making a second pit stop, and Angelo Lissimo takes P3 for Ferrari at his home Grand Prix as Kozlezko takes P4 just ahead of Verklempt. It's going to be XRT inside P6 with Vapid in P7, Vibes in P8, then it'll be Tom Godian in 9th, and then UCR Senna in P10.